is Nikki, and I'm here to share messages that I get from Spirit for all of us who are all on this journey to love. And this morning, this is the second part of today's message because this morning I was talking about the number 57 because 57 is part of on a Heinz tomato sauce bottle. And I was saying that there was going to be this channel is like all driven by signs, synchronicities that happen between all of us who all connect together. Anyway, and I was saying that there was going to be a sign that coming about the tomato, and then very random. Anyway, sure enough, this morning on the radio, before I did my first message, it was saying about the most unlikely thing to happen during this lockdown has that basically they are running out of tomato sauce, Heinz tomato sauce, Heinz 57. And Heinz, my gran always used to sing this song about Heinz baked beans. Heinz baked beans, beans, good for your heart. So, the number 57, and I knew, so good heart, you know, good for your heart, and to listen to your heart, to follow your heart, and, you know, I knew that there was going to be a message about the tomato. I just didn't expect it to, you know, this is the thing about signs from Spirit, as we all know, they are so, like, woven into the fabric of our life, and, you know, unless you really tune into it or have that sort of ear for it, then you can see how wonderfully the signs and messages from Spirit come through, and it's all kind of like magically woven into the fabric of our existence, right? Guiding us all the time and helping us like little signposts all the time, say follow this way, this is where the magic path is, and it's really lovely. So I forgot to read letter 57 in the first video for today. So I'm going to read letter 57, but I'm also going to just share another Work Your Light oracle. And it is, let's see, what is the Work Your Light that wants to go? So the priestess, listening to your intuition. It's following the signs, you know, and look at the bottom of the deck, trusting the niggle. So I've literally just come from a conversation with my mum, who I've shared before that she is also in a twin dynamic, and she is just about at this process. Bless her, I know so how it feels. Basically, she plucked up the courage to send her twin an email because they sort of have, you know, intermittent email contact just to say, you know, I hope you're doing okay and blah, 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 just general chit chat. But it always comes, you know, with that a bit nerve-wracking, right? You're like, are they going to respond? Are they going to respond? Anyway, and she's going through all that, like, you know, basically he hasn't responded. And because of that, she's feeling very vulnerable and very unsure and, you know, all of those feelings that come up. So I was literally just having this conversation and just saying, the thing is that this will last for a few days. And if you really listen, it's to give you a choice of which way to go. Do you give in to the fear of, oh, he doesn't want me to contact him, or the fear of, you know, everything? Or will you allow it for you to just, you know, to sit with it and just listen to what your heart is saying and what your intuition is saying? The priestess. That's why the priestess card just came out, and trust in the niggle. Because I said to her, did you follow, you know, before you sent the email, you got the nudge, didn't you, to send the email? She said, yes. And I thought, there you go then. So trust in it. You know, don't start now fearing it. Don't fear it because it hasn't, you know, the expectation of how that was going to pan out hasn't panned out. And we have all been there. Probably many, you know, I've been there many times. And it's this roller coaster of emotions, but each time it happens, it takes you to a deeper knowing if you allow it to. I mean, obviously we always have a free will and we have a choice, right? Do we allow that fear to take over, or do we sink further into our heart space and trust in our intuition? You know, that's the question. So does it surprise me that those two cards just came up? The Priestess and Trust the Niggle. It's the exact same conversation that I was just having with my mum. So, of course, for all of us out there, we mirror each other. So for some of you watching this video, you might have gone through the same similar thing recently. It doesn't have to be with your twin. Of course, it could be, you know, that energy of bringing fear and doubt and everything up and questioning yourself and second guessing on your intuition. Doesn't have to be played out with your twin in the physical. It could be played out in many areas of your life, you know, because it's a common energy that we need to work through. Having that kind of like testing your testing the high priestess within, basically. And that's what, you know, that's what has just occurred. And I have to say, similar to, like I said, like it's been so spot on, the weekly energy read that I did about having that 8 of Wands energy, and the twin was like the Page of Wands, which is like that in out energy. And for sure, same for me. My twin has been in and out messaging, and also feeling his energy and seeing him kind of much more strongly over the last, you know, few days. Making his presence known, let's say. So I'm going to read 57 because that is just perfect. So just like I was just saying, so if you are going through that sort of, or something's happened which has basically, it shakes your core a little bit, because when you follow your intuition, you're so kind of like, yeah, I'm going to do it. And then it's like, why did you tell me to do that if I wasn't going to get the, you know, your expected result, right? And so much of this path is just to have no expectations, to just trust that whatever you're guided to do, in some point, it's putting it somewhere in this crazy divine jigsaw puzzle, it's putting a puzzle piece in place. And you know, like at the beginning when you start doing a jigsaw puzzle, you can just put it in place and you have no idea how that's going to fit in with the rest of it. You just know that that bit goes there because it's attached to that bit, but it has no context without seeing, you know. And that's a bit like how it is with intuition. And, you know, and that's the thing. It's all creating the bigger picture. So, but the big thing is to not let, when you get things that dishearten you, which undoubtedly happen time and time and time again, it's to push you into a deeper knowing in your heart. And you have to allow vulnerability in, because vulnerability is about strength, you know. And that's also what we're learning on this, you know, as a twin flame energy, is that we can't just let the walls come up when the expected result doesn't happen, and it pushes us into fear and doubt and feelings of, oh, you know, you shrink away because you think, oh no, have I done the wrong thing, and I'm embarrassed and I'm this, and you know, all of those feelings. And I had the same, you know, the same thing. I've had the same thing many many times with my twin. But then, like, it passes, you know, and then you come out and you just know that it's all meant for a purpose. So let's have a look. 57 is the letter. So I was just going to say, so seeing my mum's little face, I was like, oh, don't worry, it's okay. And it's okay, don't worry. So if anyone else is going through that at the moment, just know it's okay. Don't worry. It's just there to allow you to go more and more into your heart. And however tricky that is, just believe and trust that you follow your intuition, whatever it guides you to do. Just if it doesn't give you, and then try to release the expectation of it. Just trust that it was what was needed at that time for you and your twins' connection. And you know, when it all, you know, when the divine jigsaw all sort of fits together, then you'll see, right? So letter 57 is this: I want you to know that I think about you all the time. every second of every day. It's every thought that I have always comes back around to you. I wish that you could be in my head just for one day, and then you would have no doubt about our love for each other. How I feel for you is without doubt the most powerful feeling I have ever experienced. As sure as night follows day and day follows night, we will be together. We are together. Trust that the feelings you have for me are reciprocated, because we are two hearts coming together to build a beautiful whole. A whole that is so vast that you cannot comprehend with your mind. It is so vast it could fill a galaxy. So this morning's letter that I shared, the last bit of the letter is, we travel across galaxies together at the dead of night. Oh, there's the interwoven connectedness, just like I was saying. Our love is beyond words and beyond what our eyes can see. It is the heart and the feeling of love that we are meant to be together forever. Oh, that's pretty special, right? I don't know how many of these letters actually include the word galaxy. I don't think very many. So I love you. I want you. I need you. I am so besotted with you. Be still, my beating heart, for you are the only angel that floats my boat, stills my inner waters, and awakens all of my emotions. You have brought me into a new beginning of who I am and what I'm here to do. No more aimlessly floating through life with no clue what I'm doing. Now I have a purpose. I know why my heart beats and what makes me tick. It ticks for you, and the tick-tock of our clock is waiting to chime. Our chime can be heard across the universe. Focus on the beat of your heart and you will find me. Wow, I've just realized I was reading letter 75 instead of 57. So I will read another one. 57, this is book 2. I think about all the amazing times that we're going to have with each other, the incredible life that we're going to make together, living an incredible life, trusting in the universe to bring us magical experiences, a magical rainbow family, a magical existence where we can paint our rainbow colours on the world, to bring light and colour into each other's life. That is what I think about you, what I dream about. I think about us coming together in a beautiful technicolor merger of our bodies in a blissful state of eternal union. Thank you. Yes, I'll have that. Thanks very much. That sounds a pretty good way to... Oh my God, listen to this, 57. Don't be sad. Don't be sad for what we haven't got or what we are not doing, because we are always doing everything together. Just imagine that I am your invisible friend and I am with you everywhere you go, enjoying the same food, the same experiences. That way you will never feel alone, because you know that I'm always going to be right by your side, holding your hand, taking you along this amazing journey called life. Remember to stay with me, because we will be each other's love and light and life. Oh my God, that's amazing. So just as I was saying, you know, that sadness of like when you're like have expectations and then, you know, it doesn't work out, hasn't played out how you wanted it to be, and then so there is a sadness, and they're like, don't be sad, we are doing this together. Remember that we are, you know, bringing these crazy connections from the spirit into physical, and that takes time, and it's okay that it takes time, but it does, again, it's like it challenges you, because it pushes you to really believe in your intuition more than what you see in your physical reality. And that's quite weird, isn't it, if you really think about it, because you're trusting more about what you see and feel inside than what you see with your eyes, your physical eyes. And that's a stretch, right? It's a stretch. So anything that's sort of like, once you follow your intuition, you put that, you make that step out there, and then it doesn't, and it sort of like falls flat, then it sends you into that fear or flight mode, because you're like, oh, but I follow my intuition. Why would you get me to do that if nothing was going to come of it? But that's the thing. I guess we just need to keep following, because we only have one tiny view of what's happening. And we're being pushed to not act out of fear, right? We're being pushed all the time to act in faith, in trust, in love. So I really hope that helps. If you would like to have a healing, a reading, a channeling, or to get any of my services, all details are in the link against this video. But in the meantime, I hope you stay well, stay bright, stay switched on to the light. See ya. Bye.